Toronto Blue Jays have tied the series with the LA Dodgers. So much excitement to get to. We've got, of course, full team coverage. Bill's back in the studio today, of course, so we will get to that. First up, we're talking the Blue Jays.
Hit well to deep left center. And this one will go.
The big bat of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. helping the Jays tie the World Series with the Dodgers in LA and tied a 6-2 win last night. So let's get right to LA.
For more on this, let's bring in Rahim Ladhani in the Glendale area this morning and Courtney Heels down at Union Station getting fan reaction. Rahim, I'll start with you. I think a lot of fans were praying that last night's game wouldn't last 18 innings. It didn't, and a lot of people had doubts about whether or not the Blue Jays could recover from that marathon 2-in-1 game, and man, did they ever.
Hey, Jen and Nick. Yeah, good morning. I mean, there was a lot of doubt, but the Jays didn't let that affect them at all. I mean, this World Series has turned into a heavyweight fight. And the LA Dodgers, they had the Jays on the ropes, no doubt about it. And they were looking to put them on the mat after last night. But the Blue Jays, they had a incredible counter punch, and it came in the form of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Let's talk about Vladdy, because yes, he struck out against Shohei Ohtani in the first inning, but when he had his second at bat, he delivered in a big way. He smacked the ball out of the park, and the Jays never looked back after that. They continue to roll. They played small ball, doing what they've done all season long, and Vladdy showed why he is the heartbeat of this team. George Springer was out, and that put the whole batting order out of whack, right? It put Vladdy up in the batting order, followed by Bo Bichette and Addison Barger batting cleanup, but the team didn't let that phase them. They were incredible. They really quieted the LA Dodger home crowd. I don't know if it translated through the screen, but inside Dodger Stadium, not only was it quiet, but you could hear "Go Jays, Go" chants. That's how impressive the Blue Jays were yesterday, and fans certainly rewarded them with some great motivation and cheering. In fact, we caught up with some Jays fans after the game. Have a listen.
Feeling awesome, yeah.
What was it about the Jays' attack tonight that really stood out?
They're consistent. They're getting on base, and it's not about home runs today. And yeah, we got the points when we needed to.
After they won.
And they won.
Yeah.
That's all that matters, right?
After last night, did it feel kind of ominous, or how did you feel going into today?
Absolutely ominous. We're hoping it wasn't going to be a repeat because of these guys over here.
I did not want to wait that long.
Yeah, it was a long one last night.
Yeah.
What'd you think of tonight?
It was good.
I'm so proud. I'm so proud of the Jays. Look, Dodgers are such a phenomenal team. I love them. It's been such a treat to watch the likes of Ohtani and all of them play. But oh my gosh, to see, I know the boys, all of them on both sides are tired, but to see them play tonight and the Jays to win, this means so much. I was at the 92 and 93 World Series with my mum and dad back in Toronto, and I said, Mum, Dad, if the Jays ever get back to the World Series 32 years later, and I'm here, and I'm just so happy.
You know, it was a huge comeback tonight. Last night we were here last night. It was a long, long night.
It was trauma.
It was trauma. Yeah, so it was good to see. Yeah, our bats back up. Bieber, big night. Our bullpen again, big night. So yeah, it was huge. So yeah, Game 6 back in Toronto.
So as you heard from that fan, yes, Game 6 back in Toronto, but if we've seen anything from the Blue Jays so far this postseason, we know they're not satisfied with just going back to Toronto. They want to go back to Toronto up in this series, and there's no rest for either of the teams. I mean, Game 5 goes tonight here in LA, and on the mound for the Toronto Blue Jays is, again, the young star, Trey Savage. It is going to be an impressive feat for Trey Savage because he pitched in Game 1 and he didn't have his best stuff, but he battled. So watch out to see what he has, because I think he'll have a great night tonight.
And Rahim, before we go to Courtney, I do want to ask you, because this is the first time that Trey Savage has been pitching in an away game in the last couple of series here. You've been there at Dodger Stadium, Chavez Ravine. How loud is it?
I'll tell you, Nick, before the game starts, I'm talking 2 hours, the place is rocking. It's unbelievable. And because the passionate fan base is so electric, it doesn't take much to get them up. Every time one of their players has the walk-up song, they go crazy. And so it took a Vladimir Guerrero Jr. home run to quiet that crowd. It took that big base hit in the 7th inning when the Jays started getting rolling to quiet that crowd again. And so Trey Savage Savage, it's going to be in unfamiliar territory. But when he spoke to the media, he said that the one thing he's really appreciated throughout this entire postseason is how his teammates have really helped him. He said, it was great because before Game 4 yesterday, when he spoke to the media, he said, I pray that I don't have to go in there and pitch with our backs against the wall. However, if I do have to, I'll be ready. He doesn't have to go in with all that pressure anymore, right? He still wants to deliver a great performance and put the Jays up 3-2, but not having that pressure of it being an elimination game. Now he can kind of just focus on his stuff, and we saw how powerful he can be, even when he didn't have his great stuff in Game 1. And so I think tonight he's going to deliver an all-star performance.
For it.
Can't wait. It is Yasavage versus Blake Snell, and let's hope we get Snell out quicker and get to their bullpen. Let's turn now to CP24's Courtney Heels down at Union Station. I mean, once again, every time after the Jays win, there's just a shift in energy, in mood. Yesterday, we were tired, we were exhausted, we were defeated. Today, it's like, okay, forget the sleep. It doesn't matter. The Jays won. More coffee. Let's go.
Yeah, I agree. We don't need sleep. We can sleep after the World Series, right? And I'd have to agree with you, Jen. I noticed a huge shift in the energy when we're downtown right after a winning game. This morning, fans are celebrating this huge 6-2 win, celebrating that we've tied up the series and the fact the Jays are coming back home for Game 6. That is going to be such a huge moment for our city. We know Rogers Center will be jam-packed. We also know that all over the city, people will be out trick-or-treating and then rushing home to enjoy that first pitch just after 8 o'clock on Friday. Speaking of Rogers Center, I hope we're showing that video now of just how busy it was inside. The game wasn't played, of course, here in Toronto. It was in LA, but still fans had this opportunity to go sit in the stands, watch the game on the big screen. You could feel the energy there as well last night, especially given how well the Jays played, that homer by Vladdy, and again, a 6-2 win. We've been talking to fans this morning. Here's more.
Relief. Yeah, I thought they were done. They didn't look. I mean, 18 innings is a long way to go in a game.
Maybe not this close, but they've been come from behind a lot of the year. Bats have been alive, so gotta keep going. Gotta hopefully close it out.
And some of the fans I've been speaking with told me they were a bit nervous about the game last night, given how long the game on Monday went. They were worried perhaps they'd be a little bit tired or sluggish, and you could understand why. But we certainly didn't see that yesterday. So I would say, yeah, there's a lot of good energy downtown this morning, guys. We're just outside of Union Station talking to commuters on their way to work. I'm seeing many, many Blue Jays jerseys, but I think it's safe to say we're seeing that almost every day now, right? Everywhere you go, the Blue Jays hats on, we're seeing the jerseys, the blue and white. There's a lot of pride in Toronto right now. Over to you.
Yeah, there's a lot of pride across the country as well. That is CB24's Courtney Heels live outside Union Station. Court, thank you.